Okay, so here we have a very simple vase. I think it's under £10 if I'm right, maybe around the £11 mark maybe. It's not particularly expensive, but it doesn't have to be when you do something very, very interesting with it. So here I have another one as well, which I'll be working on simultaneously. Okay, so we're going to start off with how I made these interesting little balls. Took some very simple stub wires, not coloured, just normal gauge, and I started off by twisting the wire together. That gave me an X shape, and then took another piece of wire and twisted again, and linked that up again. This gave me a triangle with 6 wires from, or coming off from, should I say. And then I added more wire. In the Linda Johnson technique, very, very simple, uses very simple materials, very quick to do as well, and the great thing about this technique is that you have complete control over what you're doing. You know, you can make the gaps very big, you can make them very small, you can add lots of material through them, you can weave things through, you can add colours through. Okay, so with these, very, very simple, I made 2 balls, then I took 1 stem of what I think is meant to be a red peony, like a red charm peony, and I placed the stem through there, wired it on, and then they sit very simply on top of the vases. I think it's using what could be a very restrictive vase. You know, sometimes I think, you know, when you go to the shop and you have very thin vases and you think, don't you put a stem or 2 in that? You know, like, what are you going to do with it? I think it's an interesting way of doing something a bit more unusual, should we say. So, I put the flower head inside, and then I'm just going to take a few pieces of this artificial bronze grass. Okay. And I'm literally just winding these materials through the gaps, kind of like you did in school, like when you're always at school when you did knitting or something. It's like over, under, over, under, over, under. This was like over, under, over. So just, and that will hold its own shape, should we say, through the design. Very, very simple, just a few pieces of that, and I've kind of arched the materials up to really create a very nice sphere kind of shape. So, okay, so I'm using the Oasis cold glue. This is my favouriteest ever material. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of the Oasis glue just on the back of the poinsettia heads. If I was to put that straight on there and glue it straight on, it might hold, it might drop off if you give it a little time to go tacky, just so when you touch it you should get kind of like little spider webs coming off. Anyway, using the poinsettia, I'm just going to nestle these kind of half in, half out of the arrangement, just to bring also the colour through and also to decorate it a little bit more. Now, but I think it's about looking at products in a different way and not just going, oh, okay, you know, it's a bunch of pre-wired material. Think, okay, if I cut that up, if I glued it, you know, how could I use it in a different kind of way? So, just nestled in the poinsettia. So, okay. So I'm just going to take some of the artificial holly, which you'll see here. I cut it off the branch, very, very simple, and I've just wired it up into chains using some bullion wire. Very, very simple, didn't take me too long to do, but it will give a little bit of a design element to these arrangements, make them a little bit more unusual. Okay, so this type of design, very, very simple, very beautiful geometric proportions. And I think it's a very interesting way of using what I would say is not a basic container, but maybe a container that is a little bit limited as to what you would do. I mean, if you were in the shop, what would you do with these? Put like a few stems of silicone and just be like, oh, there you go. You know, or you'd try and find something a little bit more unusual to do. This, I think, is something a little bit more unusual. Something maybe not necessarily commercial, but something that I would definitely have on show with a price tag on, of course. And I think 2 is always better than 1. You know, like the Spice Girls song? Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much.